The first lever in your Series A playbook, and by far the most important, is to conquer your product fit market. What's a product fit market? Let's talk about that in this video. I'm Roland Siebelink and I'm the CEO and founder of Midstage Institute. At Midstage Institute, we offer unicorn guidance. That means we help tech ventures scale up systematically. And we do that with a better, clearer, winning strategy, better and people, teams and alignment, more reliable execution that results in better runways, better ratio, and then also more productive, more adult board relationships. So if you want any help with that, just ask at midstage.org. So, conquering your product fit market, the most important part of your Series A playbook. Why? Because the distribution race has already started to conquer that market as soon as you announce your product market fit. So when you have to conquer that market, you have to hurry before the competition catches up with you. Where do you focus your conquering? It's on the serviceable, obtainable market only. Don't worry yet about your total addressable market. It's really about that, what you can reach this year and next year. What is the goal? It's triple, double growth. If you start from about 1 million and you do that for 5 years, you get to the typical 100 million that you need for a successful IPO. How do you do it? Well, by focusing on 3 key parts. Who are your ideal customers? How do you position towards them? And what's the best channel to reach them? Who sells? Actually, the founders will sell until your playbook, your sales playbook, is completely replicable. And then what's the difference between a B2C, B2B, or even a B2E company? Well, we think it's all the same structure. It's just that the choices and the tactics you make are very different. And then feel free, of course, to reach out for further help. Let's dive into it. The distribution race has already started. On the words of Alex Rampel of Andreessen Horowitz says that it's all about whether the startup get the distribution before the incumbents get the innovation. You better run very fast when the tiger is right behind you. And to illustrate that a little bit, we see there are typically 4 phases in that product market fit journey that a startup goes through. In year 0, typically your innovations just reach product market fit. That means you're 10 times better if it's a good innovation, of course, and you're experiencing major traction, especially from early adopters. Now in year 1, other startups in your field will already have caught up with you. That means you're all surfing still the momentum from your initial discovery, but by most you're probably just 3 times better than the competition. Bit of a head start there, of course. In year 2, even the incumbents in your field will typically have caught up with your innovation, which means you now have only maybe a 2 times advantage because people can get the innovation from their trusted partner, and that typically means you and other startups are reaching a growth plateau. And then in year 3, unless you've got new innovations of ways of conquering your market before, then your innovation is a commodity. You're no better than the competition, and that typically means you're starting to lose customers unless you're going through severe price reductions, which is not a good place to be at. Now, we have been pitching to our investors this total addressable market and then also the serviceable addressable market as a key driver in how big this investment could become. The first year, the first 2 years, what is most important is to show you can make big market share, even if the market you're targeting is still tiny. That's why our advice is to focus on conquering that serviceable, obtainable market only. And what that really means is your focus now should be on the smallest possible market that can help you reach your sales targets for just this year. So as an example, if your overall consumer market is maybe the total addressable market and you've decided that your first strategy will be to target college students, even all college students in the world or even in the US is still way too big. So you might start with just college students at Ivy League schools or maybe even at your own campus. It's important to show that you can reach a large market share in just that smaller SOM market before you actually start expanding into all these other different segments that each come with their own edge cases and all their own complexity. So what should the target be? Well, the standard in Silicon Valley is pretty clear. ideal startups go for triple, triple, double, double, double growth. And it helps us get to the $100 million of ARR that you need in order to do an IPO. That's why these targets are so aggressive. And this is why a good startup really needs to set its eye big on the market. But still, very few companies actually grow 3 times 2 years in a row, but the best ones do. And I've personally been in one that had 900% growth 2 years in a row. So that set up also up on a really great journey. This is the target that you set, triple, triple, double, double, double. So how do we reach those aggressive sales targets? Well, by being very clear on where you fight and where you don't fight. What is the ideal customer that you're targeting? What is your positioning towards them? And how do you reach them most efficiently? On the ideal customer side, that means you have to be very clear on what demographics they're in, or what vertical if it's B2B, what psychographics they show or the function that they have. And then also, can you get to an actual list of the people you need to talk to and convince in order to make your sales target next year? Not just those vague psychographics, demographics only, but actually names and addresses. That's what you need, especially in B2B. On positioning, it's all about differentiation. So what's the core need you fulfill that others cannot fulfill without your innovation? What are the brand promises that you sell to customers? Is there a guarantee for those? And is there a sense of urgency as well? Like, why now instead of waiting for more products to come out? And then third, what's the channel that you find to reach them? First, in effectiveness, can you actually reach all them? And then in efficiency, like how much does it cost you to follow up outbound, or are you just waiting for inbound calls? And can you reach your sales target with how much reach, how much of a percentage of a conversion rate that you experience in those channels? This is the key framework we have in mind to start conquering your target market. Who is going to be running this sales process? Well, in the beginning, it's very often the founders. Why? Because they have the passion to really sell the products and answer all the questions that especially early adopters might ask. But the goal, of course, is to start building a sales team or a big marketing function if it's B2C. And in order to get there, you need to get to a reliable playbook. Like, can you have replicable sales processes or checklists, if you want that less bureaucratic term? And that's what the founders have to develop together with ultimately the salespeople. So in the beginning, we look at, is the process replicable enough? It's normal that you have to rethink that a few times, but once it is replicable and you have a bit of a playbook, then it's time to start hiring the first salesperson. And then you sell with them a little bit jointly, let the salesperson kind of act as an apprentice, pick up as much from you as they can, and help them develop that playbook so that afterwards, once that playbook is ready, then you can actually start hiring properly for a sales team. You can then get to a documented playbook, which is the very basis to then start hiring your sales team. And as a founder, start gradually withdrawing out of the sales process. Now, people often ask us, is this not vastly different, completely different between who you target in a startup? And of course it is in the answers that you provide. There's always an ideal customer, there's always a positioning, and there's always a channel that you want to use to reach them. And the answers, of course, have to be consistent with each other, right? So in B2E, it's normal that you have a certain level function, maybe at a Fortune 500 company, you have a corporate argument and you have a way of reaching them while they work. On the other side, B2C startups, let's say you target high schoolers, then your argument would be much more emotional in nature, for example, to be more popular, and you would target them where they are, for example, in Instagram and using product-led growth, because obviously you cannot afford a sales team to start targeting high schoolers. So these are just examples, and every company has a different answer and a different mix that they pull together. The answers are different and intertwined, but I think the systems and the questions that you ask are vastly the same. So that's our overview of how to conquer your product fit market. Why? Because as soon as you announce your product market fit, your distribution race has already started. When you have to conquer it before the competition catches up with your innovation, where in your serviceable, obtainable market only, for now, don't let your vision get that focus away. What is the goal? It's the triple, triple, double, double, double growth curve that is so beloved in Silicon Valley. How? By defining the ideal customers, by defining a good positioning and the channel through which you want to reach them. who the founders will sell until the playbook is replicable enough in order to start hiring a sales team. And then whether you're in B2C, B2B, or B2E, it's really the same structure or questions, but very differing choices, tactics, and answers to those questions. That's how we see it play. So if you want any more help with your startup and especially with conquering your target market, you can reach out in any way we can help your startup by going to our website midstage.org. We have product market fit quiz there, a startup leadership assessment, and even an event list for meeting me or my co-founders in person. You can also email us at any question that you have at ask@midstage.org. 415-366-2789 is our phone number if you need us urgently. And please connect with me via LinkedIn as well as Bridge for any intros I might be able to provide. Please do so. I love to get new contacts and new questions coming in, and I'm looking forward to hearing from all of you.